He spanked my ass hard and brought me to the edge. I never imagined that I'd end up like this, with a man 20 years older than me. It all started a month ago. My father once again Dutched me for work on our trip to the resort. So there I was, alone on some empty back road, when my ex-boyfriend Zach appeared out of nowhere with a pack of his loser friends blocking my path. I'd cut him off ages ago, but he stuck to me like a rash I couldn't shake. He swaggered over with that smug look, asking if I'd been chasing down to get back together.
I dumped you, remember?
I shoved him off hard. My shove wiped the smug grin clean off his face. The amusement in his eyes curdled into malice. Before I could react, he kicked me down. Two of his buddies grabbed my arms and slammed me against the hood of my SUV. I thrashed, screamed at the top of my lungs, but they laughed even louder. Zach squat drove his foot into my stomach.
You bitch! Do you really think I liked you? It was a bet. Who gets to take your first night?
Fear overwhelmed me. He leaned in close and I could feel his breath on my neck, foul and suffocating. He roughly tore my clothes apart. I was seconds away from having this vacation become a permanent scar on my soul. When the roar of a motorcycle engine ripped through the air, a black streak of motion skidded to a halt right in front of us. The rider pulled off his helmet, and my heart stopped. It was Damon Lane, my dad's best friend. I had seen him a few times when I was young, always radiating this cold, unapproachable intensity, sharp as blades. Anyone who saw his face would feel frightened. But that same face had been staring in my late-night fantasies ever since I turned 15. He said nothing, just stood there coldly. Without even looking at Zach and the others, he drew a pistol from his waist.
Get lost. Last warning.
The two thugs who'd been so cocky a second ago practically pissed themselves, scrambling away. Zach tripped over his own feet, shouting some pathetic threat about getting even as he fled. Then silence, just the sound of my ragged breathing. Damon turned to me. He treeped his black leather jacket over my shoulders, faintly scented of tobacco. The jacket still held his warmth.
You okay, kiddo?
The word kiddo
Don't
lit a
call me
fire in my
that!
chest. I ripped the jacket off and threw it at his feet.
I'm a grown woman now. My dad sent you, didn't he? Some kind of consolation prize for ditching me?
I was fuming, pulling out my phone to call my father, tell him to get his babysitter out of my face. But Damon was faster. Before I could even hit dial, he snatched the phone from my hand with one swift movement, caught my wrist with the other, and with barely any effort, pinned me against the stone wall beside us. Suddenly, there was no space between us. I could see every fine line at the corners of his eyes, feel the steady rhythm of his breathing, smell that intoxicating mix of tobacco and cedar. He held my gaze, his voice low and firm.
Your father asked me to keep you safe. So for this summer, we're stuck together.
A wave of frustration, and something else I didn't want to name, washed over me. I struggled against his grip.
I don't need your protection. Leave me alone.
But he didn't let go. Instead, he leaned in closer.
I don't have much patience. You'd better behave, little girl.
I hated him for treating me like a child, hated him for being my father's spy. But my gaze kept betraying me, sliding down to his lips, the sharp line of his jaw, the way his atom loan moved when he spoke. My heart was hammering so hard, I was sure he could hear it. He looked even hotter than he did. Damon frowned
How long do you
slightly.
plan on goggling? Didn't your father teach you it's rude to stare at adults like that?
I snapped back to reality and my cheeks burned. Shame and anger surged within me. I didn't say a word and ran away. That night, I tossed and turned, wide awake, every thought circling back to him. The way he'd pinned me. His eyes, his jaw, the feel of his fingers on my wrist. No, I can't go there. He's 20 years older than me. He's my dad's best friend. And he clearly dislikes me. Damon completely ruined my vacation. Ever since he pinned me against the wall yesterday, he'd linger always 2 meters away.
Slow down. I said slow down.
When his voice came from behind, I picked up the pace. He caught the back of my collar and hauled me back 2 steps as easily as picking up a tiny kitten. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" I shot him a glares. Damon stared back, completely unreadable. Then his eyes dropped to my feet.
Watch your footing.
I glanced down. The staircase was wide enough for 3 people side by side. I lifted my chin and met his calm, unruffled stare. Something bitter and hot clawed up my throat. He was making me feel so small.
I'm already 20 years old. Can you stop micromanaging my every move?
What if something like last night happens again?
I can handle it myself.
He went quiet, just fixing me with those dark, bottomless eyes. I'll admit, they made my heart stutter. But the humiliation burned even hotter. If Damon hadn't showed up last night, I couldn't imagine what they would have done afterward. I know full well that Damon has my best interests at heart.
Kiddo.
But I couldn't stand being seen as some helpless kid who needed saving. At the dining room, I pulled out a chair and sat down. Damon slid straight into the seat across from me. Before the waiter even handed over the menus, he was already ordering on my behalf. "I'll have an iced latte."
No iced.
"What are you doing? Do you really think you're my dad?"
I remember you have a sensitive stomach. Waiter, just bring what I ordered.
Once the waiter left, I confronted him. "Are you protecting me? Or monitoring me?" My voice wavered, not from fear, but from anger. Damon put down his glass. For once, he looked at me like he actually saw me.
Your dad asked me to take care of you. Your safety, your diet, your routine, people you hang around all fall under my
I am not
duty.
your duty.
Then what are you?
This question caught me off guard. What was I, his best friend's daughter? A 20-year-old kid. Some poor girl who almost got herself attacked last night.
Kiddo.
To him, I was probably just a checklist of responsibilities, nothing more. I stared at his face, the same face I'd been fantasizing about since I was 15. His lips were thin, and when pressed together like that, they looked severe, almost cruel. His jaw was sharp, cut with a faint scar I'd always wondered about. Every time I saw it, my pulse went haywire.
There it is again.
What?
You're looking at me that way again.
My face instantly burned. I ducked my head, grabbed my water glass, and downed it in one go. It was cold, too cold. Damon frowned, took my glass away, and called the waiter for a warm one. I watched him handle it effortlessly, watched his broad palms rest on the table's edge, watched the faint edge of a tattoo peek out from under his cuff. My feelings were a tangled mess in my chest. He treated me like a child, like something that needed supervision, but never once like a woman, and I was done tolerating it. If he wanted to see me as a kid, fine. I'd push him until he couldn't stand me, using the most adult tactics I had. I wanted him to think I was trouble, shameless, beyond saving. I wanted him to back off on his own. "Uncle Damon." I drew out the last spillments, slow and sipperity. I leaned forward, elbows on the table, chin resting on my palm, letting my neckline slip just a little lower. I bet he would notice.
What did you just call me?
Uncle, right? Haven't you always complained that I'm too disrespectful? So let's go with that. "Uncle Damon, where are you sleeping tonight? My room? My bed?" "Dad told you to keep an eye on me, so you should stay close, shouldn't you?" Under the table, I brushed my toes lightly against his calf. His body went rigid, just for a split second. I almost laughed, so he did have a pulse after all. But the next second, he shot to his feet. The chair scraped back with an ugly screech, drawing stares from nearby tables. He just walked around to my side, towering over me.
Had your fun?
Damon, what are you doing?
He didn't answer, just pulled me out of the dining room, down the corridor, around the corner, straight to my room door. I had no idea how he got the keycard. The lock beeped open. He shoved me into the room, my back slamming against the wall. Before I could catch my balance, he was already there. One hand braced beside my ear, the other locking my wrist in place. I was trapped between him and the cold plaster. The room was dark, lit only by the sickly yellow glow of the street lamp outside, carving harsh shadows across his face.
Done making a scene?
I looked up at him, heart hammering so hard I was sure he could feel it. Don't you always say I'm rude? Now that I've changed, you're still not happy. But I wasn't about to back down. I drew out that word, uncle, slow and sharp, even threw in a little smile for good measure. He didn't flinch. His eyes stayed locked on mine.
You think I don't know what you're doing? Your father handed you to me so I'd keep you safe, not so you could practice your seduction techniques.
His words hit like ice water. Shame, anger, the raw embarrassment of being so completely seen through, all of it clogged my throat. I couldn't get a single word out. He let go of my wrist and stepped back. The suffocating weight of him lifted instantly.
Shower. Sleep.
That infuriating calm was back. He turned, pulled the door open, and walked out without a backward glance. I didn't sleep again that night. Tossed and turned, replaying every word, every look. The next evening, my friend Mia texted. There was a private party at the beach bar in the resort. Lots of hot guys, she said. I should come. I was about to say no. Then Damon's cold, hard face flashed through my mind.
Not so you could practice your seduction techniques.
Fine. You think I'm trying to seduce men? I'll show you what seduction looks like. I dug through my suitcase and pulled out the black spaghetti strap mini dress. When I'd bought it, I'd imagined wearing it for Damon someday, so he'd finally see me as something more than a kid who needed protecting. I slipped it on, stood in front of the mirror, and studied myself. Then I put on red lipstick, let my hair loose, and curled it into soft waves. I walked to the door and pulled it open. Damon was leaning against the wall across the hall, arms crossed, like he'd been standing there for hours. His head lifted as the door swung open. His eyes traveled from my face to my bare shoulders, down along my collarbone, then snapped right back up. What are you doing outside my door, eavesdropping? Making sure I'm behaving? He didn't answer my question.
Go change. That outfit doesn't suit you.
I think it suits me just fine. He didn't answer my question. Instead, he spoke to me in a commanding tone. He wasn't even looking at me. I knew he was lying. I grabbed my small clutch from the bed and brushed past him in my heels, swinging just a little extra. His hand shot out and caught my arm.
I told you. Go change.
Even in my 10-centimeter heels, he still towered over me. Had to tilt his chin down just to meet my eyes. Damon, you're not my boyfriend. I don't need your approval on where I go or what I wear.
Your dad said...
What my dad said has nothing to do with me.
Are you jealous, or do you want something from me? He held my gaze for a long moment. Then he let go and stepped back.
Fine. Do what you want, but keep your phone on.
I didn't hesitate and turned to leave. His stare burned into my back the whole way, like it could drill right through me. I didn't look back until I was out of sight. I shook my head hard, trying to dislodge every messy thought. Don't think about him. Don't think about him. Is he really not coming? I bit my lip and picked up the pace. He could come or not. I didn't care. The beach bar was packed for the night.
Evelyn!
Mia shrieked the second she spotted me, saying my outfit was stealing the whole show. I laughed it off, took the cocktail she handed me, and sat on a high stool at the bar. I could feel eyes on me from half a dozen men already, but I wasn't paying attention to any of them. My peripheral kept drifting back to the entrance. He didn't come. Mia grabbed my hand and pulled me onto the dance floor. Then someone slid up behind me, hands landing on my waist.
Alone?
Young man's voice brushed against my ear, reeking of alcohol and easy laughter. Any other night, I'd have pushed him off. But tonight, I was urged to prove something to Damon. I didn't move away, just tilted my head and gave a vague smile. I suppose so. He grinned wider. Before I knew it, I'd finished 2 mojitos. My head turned heavy, the lights starting to blur around the edges. He took another glass from the bartender into my hand.
Drink until you forget your worries. You deserve to be happy.
Happy. The word felt almost mocking. I didn't come here to be happy. I came here because of Damon, because I was pissed and stupid and he pointed at my skirt hell.
Hey, what's that on your skirt?
I looked down. A dark wine stain had bloomed across the front of my dress. Against the black fabric, it wasn't obvious, just wet and cold against my skin. He called over another guy out of nowhere. They flanked me, one on each side, and walked me out of the bar. They helped me inside my room. I mumbled thanks and told them to leave. I tried to walk to the bed, but my legs bottled, and I stumbled forward.
You really don't make it easy on a guy.
He said it with a laugh. That sound. That was the door locking from the inside. I tried to sound firm, but my tongue felt thick, my voice weak. I couldn't even hear my own conviction. I tried to push him off, but my arms were dead weight. The other man pulled out his phone and aimed it at me.
Don't be afraid. Just smile.
His fingers brushed my shoulder tap, dragging it down, slow and deliberate. Zach's face flashed in my mind. That night, the cold hood of the SUV, their laughter as they tore at my clothes. My tears finally fell, not from fear, but from despair, because in that moment, my last thought was still of him. Damon, you said you would protect me. In the next moment, the door burst open. No, it was kicked open. The sound of it crashing against the wall was vicious, final. I turned toward the noise. It's Damon.
You shouldn't have touched her.
Unlock daily drama on LoveShots.